great beacon.
Daryl did the
Remember.
Well,
But I leave it in front.
you know what? If I'm going to mess up the meeting, today's the day that's going to happen. We're there. Thank you, Daryl, for a fantastic beacon last week. I'd like to take a second to introduce which we
here or like pay online?
Pay online. Like no one's here to take it. So
Jeff, where are you? Ready, Zoom guests? If you would yourself and introduce yourself, I will take the liberty of introducing Huronia Club President Cindy O'Donnell. Welcome, Cindy. Do we have other guests here?
President Deb, we have Mitch Williams here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Or President Jody. Don't find me. Don't find me, President Jody.
I won't. Wow, what a striking resemblance. Warren Dean, Peter's son, is in the bottom corner of my screen. Welcome, Warren. Past
Thank you.
The guest. Can't hear you, Deb. Okay. Allison, nice to. Oh, that's not a guest. Sorry, I didn't recognize you, Allison.
Hi, Warren.
Today, hitting home runs everywhere. And Jonathan, you've got a guest. You got two guests.
Thank you, President Jody. This is joining us, and then online, Mitch.
All right, Mitch, are you online with us here? Welcome, everybody. And we have a few other guests with us in person here. We have Rotary Club of Kempenfelt President Tanya Pierce. Tanya, welcome. Nice to see you. Sherry Patfield is over here in the corner. We have Assistant District Governor Barb Bagley is with us. We have the part of today's celebration, Cole Burke is here in the back corner. Brian Dean, Peter's other son, is with us. Margot Birch, Peter's wonderful daughter, is with us. We introduced Warren on Zoom. Is Kirsten here yet? Okay, Kirsten's out in the road. I think that's going to be a fine to Tucky. Todd's getting fined for this. I would never refer to you as Tucky. It would be Jacqueline. Tucky is Todd. And Paula Reed is here with us today. Welcome to all our guests. Thank you for coming, and please accept a warm greeting from the club. And please feel free to join with us again soon. So we will take our 15-minute break for lunch and for your president to try to get nice. We'll grab our meal. Please come back if you're on Zoom. We've got a very special afternoon lined up here. So we may start this a little bit sooner depending on time, but we'll break now for lunch and we're at lunch. So enjoy your lunch.
Hi, Warren.
Hey, Jody.
Yeah, whoever called me.
Yeah, turn your chain of office around.
It doesn't stay as you've said.
I know.
Okay, I'm muting you guys because I'm
Okay,
going to grab.
bye.
Straighten your collar, Jody.
I don't really need sunglasses. Is anybody else unmuted? Peter, you're unmuted.
Yes, I'm unmuted.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm very well.
Good.
Enjoying the summer?
Yes. Except July was nothing but rain.
That is true.
Yes.
Where are you guys? The Debs.
Oh, up at the cottage.
Well, I gathered that. Where?
So
I know, I can see you're sitting on the dock with the lake in
Yeah,
the back. That's beautiful.
we're between Bala and Port Carling.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a hot day, but it's there's a really nice breeze coming off the water.
The only nice breeze that I have here is from the fan next to me, but I envy you. It looks wonderful there.
Perfect. It's been really quiet this week too. There's not been a lot of boats on.
Good job. Good.
Ah.
Can you tell us?
I don't know why everybody's kind of disappeared.
You're not on Wi-Fi.
I'm not on Wi-Fi. How come I'm not on Wi-Fi? We can hear you, Dan. You're connected.
Oh, sorry. Give him a second. I'll mute him.
It's not necessary. As long as he
So,
watches
Al-
his language.
Yeah. How do you like that? Do you like to mute your dad?
I don't know. I don't think I have the power to mute from here. The cottage.
Hey, what's your picture in the background? Is that,
I don't
oh, is
know.
that Leafs?
My mom picked up that somewhere. Where'd you get that
Hello.
picture?
Hi.
Hi.
They're admiring your picture.
Oh, it's an artist in the area. It's a photographer. It's a photograph.
Oh, it's pretty.
They're
That's
Maple
very
Leafs. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom.
Very Canadian.
Forget what his last name is. Morrison. Tom Morrison. THOM.
Tom Morrison, artist in the area. So.
That's awesome. So are the kids enjoying summer?
Yeah, no, they're having a great time up here. Been beautiful. So Aria's learning to ski and kneeboard and all that fun stuff. The younger two haven't taken up the kneeboarding quite yet, but
Yeah.
my
Well,
son
once a
is enjoying
sibling
it.
does, once a sibling does, it comes on pretty quick.
No, this is true. So, but yeah, we've been having a pretty good warm spell.
No, it's awesome. There she is. Hi. That's our singer.
Yeah.
Yes, he did a beautiful job singing "O Canada."
Yep, she did.
Remember that?
Yeah. You might have to do it. Might have to do it every year.
You saying hi?
Hi.
Where's the last one?
Who's the last one? Get them all in. Oh yeah. How adorable. Look at you guys.
You pushing Sierra out of the way? You're a
Yeah.
handful.
Oh, that's awesome. They're adorable. Now, where did they get such light hair from?
I guess probably Natalie's side of the family. Although when I was young, I think I had white hair. White blonde like Oakland. So
Wow.
So did I, Alan. So did I.
Yeah.
Look at what happens after a while.
I'm starting to get the white hair back, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I started out like a platinum blonde in Indonesia, and then I became a dark one.
Okay.
Well, I used to be
Top it all
almost
off.
black.
I used to have hair.
Yeah.
Big claim to fame.
No, that's great. I love seeing the kids though. It's
Yeah.
you know, that's one nice thing with Zoom is you do get to see kind of the kids and how they change over the year. You know. When all this is over, we'll have to do like a an honorary Zoom meeting once a year just so we can you know, get caught up on that kind of stuff.
That's a good idea.
Canada flag.
So is that an arm off of Lake Muskoka then, Deb?
No,
Is it
it's Lake Muskoka. We're just at the
Okay.
very north end in a bay.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, that'd give you lots of, still gives you lots of boating opportunity. Big lake, lots of areas to explore.
Yeah, it's not quite like Georgian Bay.
No.
There are times, you know, you still kind of miss Georgian Bay and that kind of boating, but this is certainly a lot more flexible for the grandkids and, you know, if they got to do things and they can't get up here till Saturday, it's okay. Whereas on the boat left the dock and unless they were good swimmers, they weren't coming out to visit us.
So Deb, does that mean you don't have the boat anymore?
We do not have the big boat, no.
Okay.
So we substituted it for a couple of smaller ones.
Okay.
So.
When are we gonna go swimming?
Swimming's right off the end of the dock here.
And here too.
And here too, awesome. And water lots.
Are you in the water a lot? Favorite thing to do in the water?
Kneeboard, of course.
Kneeboard?
Cool.
And
What
that's
about
when
snorkeling?
Yeah.
That's when Hawaii.
She just got back from Hawaii, so she got lots of
Wow.
snorkeling with the sea turtles in.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun. The last time we were there, she wasn't too keen on being in the water, but this time she really took on to the snorkeling. So
Except for the barracuda.
yeah, we saw a huge
Everything
barracuda.
except for the barracuda.
Okay. Okay. I don't blame you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd be right there. I think I'd be right behind you.
They have some pretty mean looking teeth. It was a big one, at least 4 feet, maybe 5 feet.
Oh, wow.
Big enough.
Yeah. I don't think they normally cause too much trouble, though. He was in a huge school of fish. They kind of just hover in the center of these, I don't know what those were, maybe triggerfish or something, but there's thousands of fish. And then he kind of moves, and you see all the fish move away, and then they all come a little closer, and it's fun.
Not for me. I don't like it.
Hey, somebody's missing teeth.
Uh-huh. You just lost another one.
Wow. Peter, what do you think of that?
Still on schedule.
On schedule. Spoken like a true professional.
Yes. The Tooth Fairy brought her American money in Hawaii, so she went out there.
Very smart Tooth Fairy.
Oh yeah, in California. Mm-hmm.
So how much does the Tooth Fairy give these days?
How much did the Tooth Fairy give you?
20 US.
I don't remember.
$2?
Oh.
Tooth Fairy never gave 20 US to me, Dad.
Maybe become a Canadian either.
Gosh, when I was her age, for $2, you could lose all your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, lucky girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks
We're
like
not-
Jody's starting to get ready
Preston and
there.
Jody.
It's on mute.
We're rolling. Can you hear me, Zoom? Yeah. Great, thank you. A thank you to Ron and Sharon Dennis for hosting the past president's luncheon in their beautiful backyard oasis yesterday. I'm very honored to be in the company of 16 past Rotary presidents and sharing some fellowship, lunch, and fun. I did learn lots, as I was told I had to. And the highlight of the afternoon was past President Bob Greer arriving just as the group photo was being taken. And if you look on our club Facebook page, you will see the awesome result of that. So it was a wonderful day. Very sad to announce the resignation of Brandon Elliot from the club, and which the board has unfortunately accepted. And I was very personally upset to have to accept the resignation of our 1994-1995 president, Dave Brown. Had long talks with both of them. Short version is it's the right thing for each of them, and we certainly thank them and respect them for their time, commitments, and efforts with Rotary, and they will certainly be missed. A reminder, really the last opportunity to register for the conference, district conference, September 9th to 12th up in Timmins. If you're still on the fence, we'd love to have you join us. A reminder that we still have some chickens for sale and our weekly eggs that are available for the First Lady fundraiser. And that matches up with the incredible bounty of veg that Bernie and Paul and Dave and Chris have pulled out of the garden here today. So again, at the end of the meeting, if you have an interest in some of the vegetables, is it pay as you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, President.
Awesome.
$5 a bag. That was just 20
$5 a bag, $10 a bag, whatever you can pay, that'll be great. So thank you for that, environmental committee. And a reminder, September 25th, we will be doing our Rotary hike again. It'll be up in the Blue Mountain Hills, also on the Bruce Trail, and that will include a camping opportunity and a group meal and movie night. So more information to come. The cost will be very minimal. So if you are interested, please feel free to send me an email. And at this time, I will ask if Sherry Patfield would come forward with an announcement. Please, Sherry. And just remember, it's President Jody.
I have other names. I could go with that today. Thank you, President Jody.
You're so welcome.
For those of you who don't know me, I am Sherry Patfield, and I am with the Kempenfelt Rotary Club. And I just came today to let you know about our upcoming fundraiser. We are hosting, it is the 100 Holes of Golf. It will be on October 1st, and it is at Innisbrook. So we are still looking for sponsorship for a bunch of different hole sponsors. There's breakfast and lunch sponsors, dinner sponsors. As well, we are also looking for more golfers. So it is, you are going to go out and golf 100 holes in one day. For those of you, if you know, not everyone wants to do 100, some of us have teamed up and you can do 50 each. And the request is that everyone golfing will raise a minimum of $2,000. Each money raised through will be going to Redwood Communities, and the money raised through the whole sponsors and any of the sponsorship during the day will go back to our club. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I am doing, so I'm only doing 50 holes, but it's I think a lot of fun. You're just kind of going to go out there and just hit the ball around and hope for the best. Have any questions about it, or? So what I have here is they have said it will take, where did that go? 8 to 10 hours is what they think. So I think it's starting at 7 in the morning, and there'll be 2 people per hole, and you just go. And I think from what I've understood, you can also, if you're on a hole and it might be backed up, you can drop a couple of balls and hit both of them and basically get 2 holes done that way. And it's basically get out of your cart, hit your ball, move on, hit it again. You're not warming up, you're not taking your time, you're just going. So pretty much, I think, yeah. So
Milky wants to know when the beer cart opens.
yeah, I hope it's early. I don't know. So if you want more information, I do think it's on I assume it's on our webpage.
We can.
Yeah, and then I have the contact if anyone's interested in sponsoring, and basically it's everybody who is a golfer gets a page for their fundraising. It's set up through Canada Helps and back through Redwood. So yeah, so if anyone's interested, please come out and join us. It should be, like I said, a really fun day. Thank you.
Thanks, Cher. And certainly the Kempenfelt Club has done a fantastic job fundraising this year. President Tanya, the BMW was amazing, and another great event here. So to add to Sherry's support there, if it's something you're interested in, reach out. It'll be certainly a fun and a long day.
Well, you can also sponsor me if anyone wants.
Or you could sponsor Sherry. Also, I would like to ask if Catherine would come up and just give us a little bit of an update on our community service committee and just some information on where they're at and where they're going. Catherine, please.
Thanks, President Jody, and good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. Today, I'm going to, as Jody mentioned, I'm going to talk about some of the work that the Community Service Committee has been working on. And before I get into specifics, I wanted to give a shout out to our entire committee. They were all awesome. So it's Dave McCullough, Kim Jeffrey, Dr. Ken Baxter, Bud, Bernie, Jerry Norman, Doug Jur, Doug Manning, Beatrice Earl, Larry Jones, and Rory Quinn. So community service is a great committee. I mean, let's face it, this amazing garden took root thanks to the work, the hard work of last year's committee, Bernie and all these folks over here. And along with some other Rotary volunteers. So kudos to all the garden volunteers. As you know, community service is a spending committee. And this year our budget is a whopping $25,000. And so far we've been really busy. The emails just keep pouring in. I think we had up to 31 asks so far. And that's just since June. So now I'm going to give you a rundown. I can't mention them all, but here's just sort of a sampling of some of the things that we're working on. So once again, we're sponsoring the CPR training event with St. John's Ambulance in November. And Rory has taken the lead on this. I think it's November 9th, if I'm right. And then this one I actually think is very nice. It's there's a family of 5. Sort of speaking back to me. Okay, so sorry. So this one's actually a very sweet one, and because it sort of shows the whole community effort of Rotary. So we got a request in from a very low income family of 5. I think a single mother with 4 children. And they needed a laptop and some earphones, things like that, some accessories. And so Ian Pavlik actually stepped up and generously donated the laptop. And so the rest of the committee, we use funds for the other accessories. But I mean, that was, so thanks to Ian for that. Appreciate that. And then here's another one. We were able to provide some special UV clothing for a local chef at Limoncello, who is currently here healing after suffering some burns from a kitchen fire. So thanks to Jerry Norman and his wife Carol for their help on this. I think Carol did the shopping, some online shopping, so appreciate that. And then another example, we have provided 40 $50 grocery cards for the local chapter of Parents Advocating for Children with Cancer. These cards were to help families help them with the financial stresses of having a child with cancer, because certainly I think usually one spouse usually has to take a lot of time off work for medical appointments, and so that was just to help them with the financial stresses. And then Beatrice is currently working on researching requests. It's for $2,500, a request from Ryan's Hope, which is a breakfast program for low income or housing unstable folks in Barrie. And Tanya, does your club sponsor that group as well? Because I think Kempenfeld said that you did. Okay, so we might help out as well. So again, this is just the tip of the iceberg here of what our committee is working on. I can't mention every one of them because I would be here all afternoon, but so in the interest of time, I will leave it at that. So thanks for listening.
Thank you for that, Catherine. And as we're somewhat connected and a little bit disconnected, we're trying to just share with the club what we're doing and things that are going on, and let you know why we're here sitting in the sun, planting gardens, doing our projects, giving your lunchtime up on Zoom to be here. This is why. These are some of the reasons. So we just wanted to share a little bit of what we're doing, and we'll continue to do that all year. So thanks, Catherine. A couple more announcements. A good news announcement. As it sits, September 9th, we will be back at South Shore. So thank you, air conditioning. And it gets better. Lunch will be served in our traditional manner. We will continue to require a sign-up process, etc. However, as it sits, we are allowed tables, chairs, and 90 people. So that's a really good opportunity for us to get back together here. We'll come to that. The bad news, ironically and sadly, I will miss our first indoor meeting as I will be at district conference. Bad news for me, Jimmy. Bad news for me. The good news, your president that day will be past President Chris Garapi, who will work with our current Sergeant at Arms Larry. So I'm sure that'll be a fun day. And finally, just a note, as much as I've been suggesting for members to be here in person, I really want to let the club know that attending in person needs to be done completely at your own comfort level. And until that time arrives, Zoom attendance is obviously 100% acceptable and appreciated. I will continue to advocate for attendance. However, I feel that this message needed to be shared so that everybody can hopefully feel included and an absolutely equal part of our club, regardless of how we are engaging. So I'm going to advocate for us to be here, but I want our Zoom audience to know you're very much appreciated and very much a part of this. And we're one group in just two different spots right now. So that's all good. Birthday greetings, just one birthday, and I don't believe he's here. I'm not sure if he's online. Bill McDonald is celebrating a birthday August 29th. Anniversary greetings, Al and Natalie Mallory, 11 years on August 27th. Adam and Diana Smith, 17 years, August 27th. And a great one here, Ken and Donna Baxter, 62 years, August 29th. That is absolutely fantastic. A donation to our club's polio plus eradication campaign will be made in your name. And I guess we will sing "O Canada," Jeff, or happy birthday. We can sing "O Canada" too. Do you want to start us on this way? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Roland. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Was awful. Great with that. So for our Zoom audience, here's where we're going to get a little technical. So you guys are going to have to bear with us. For our live audience, this is where you're going to pull your cell phones out and join the Zoom meeting. So we're going to get some feedback here, Zoom. So bear with us.
Excuse me, President Jody. So like I prepare all week and get nothing? Is that how I'm understanding this? This, my friend, President, with all due respect, this is exactly how palace coups and mutinies start. I'm just saying. Anyways, carry on. Log on to the meeting.
Just for the record, how do you know?
Oh, people are logging on because there's a big presentation. Blah blah blah. No time for SAA Larry, President. That's fine. Go ahead. It's too hot. It's too hot.
Are you done whining?
Yes.
Good. I'm just going to let that one
Great
ride.
meeting, President Jody.
No, it's not. Okay, so we're there. Thank you for that wonderful interruption. Really? Okay, so you got your cell phones out. Join the Zoom meeting. Mute your audience. Let's give this a roll and see how it goes. So we're going to move into what is our program today and see how this goes. So I don't need to do that quite yet. So fellow Rotarians, we are now going to pay tribute to one of our own. And actually, this Rotarian has reached a plateau that we can only imagine of at this stage. Perhaps he stands on a truly his own. He certainly would disagree with that statement, and most likely the fuss that we are about to make for him, but I know that he will appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are celebrating Peter Dean and his incredible milestone of 60 years of membership with the Rotary Club of Barrie. There are several tributes and information that we will share with you today. I just have a few quick points that I'd like to add in. First off, Peter, your Rotary career now qualifies for a Canada pension. So that is a good start. Peter officially joined the club on August 31st, 1961. To date, you have outlasted 12 Canadian prime ministers, 11 mayors of Barrie. The population of Barrie in 1961 was 21,169. Today, it is just 151,000. The world population in 1961 was 3.1 billion people. Today, it is 7 billion people. Okay, so hang on, we're going to make a change right here. No. You want to take that?
Yeah, I'm happy to help you, President Tony. That's no problem.
I don't even know if you need this. Thank you. Thank you, wonderful, accommodating, gregarious Sergeant at Arms Larry. Peter, in your induction year of 1961, Joseph A. Abbey was the Rotary International President, and the Rotary theme for that year was ACT. Aim for action, communicate for understanding, test for leadership. In your presidential year, Peter, of 1971-72, I don't know. In your presidential year of 1971-72, Ernst Britholtz was the Rotary International President, and his theme was Goodwill begins with you. And a couple of quotes that I found from 1961, one that you've certainly all heard: ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country, JFK, and also from JFK. And I thought this one was quite appropriate today. I do ask every publisher, every editor, and every newsman in the nation to re-examine his own standards and to recognize the nature of our country's peril. And that was in a speech to the American Newspaper Publishers Association, April 27, 1961. So with that, we're now Jeff is going to launch a video. So hopefully you can see this on your phones. We'll hear it from here. If you can play that video, Jeff. This is from Mayor Jeff Lehman.
Peter, good morning. It's Jeff Lehman from Quebec City, where I am on holidays. This looks like a tropical fern, but it's actually just outside a hotel in Quebec where I am with my family, and conspired with Jody Patfield to get you this video to congratulate you on 60 years of membership in Barrie Rotary, but 60 years of perfect attendance. It's almost impossible for me to imagine doing anything that consistently for 60 years. That's just remarkable. And what it demonstrates is a truly unique commitment to our community. I've had the great fortune of knowing you, Peter, for most of my life. I know how deeply you care about our community, about the goals of Rotary, and clearly we're celebrating that today, not just because of this remarkable accomplishment of 60 years without missing a meeting, but because of the depth of the commitment that represents. Thank you so much, Peter, for being a singularly incredible Rotarian, a wonderful human being, and a wonderful member of our community. On behalf of City Council, congratulations on 60 years.
Thank you, Mayor Lehman.
Thank you for that, Jeff. Now I'd like to ask past District Governor Jim Williams to come forward.
Thank you, President Jody, and good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. One of the neat things about being a past governor is you get invited to induct new members, present Paul Harris fellowships, and give the charge to office to incoming club presidents. These are exciting and fun moments as they all involve the future of Rotary and our expanding ability to do good in the world. But today I have the opportunity to make a presentation that, quite frankly, does not come around very often. An opportunity to recognize some of Rotary's past and also one of our organization's real strengths, and that is commitment. American President John Adams was fond of saying there are two kinds of men in this world, those that make commitments and those that keep them. Today we celebrate a Rotarian who has taken commitment to a whole different level. In August of 1961, past Governor Peter Dean joined our Rotary Club. And for those that have not done the math, that is 60 years ago. During that time, he has been involved with virtually every committee or project, and lately has been very active with our Fort Willow and 9 Mile Portage projects. He became our club president in 1971-72 and district governor in 1976-77. Peter has also been active outside of Rotary as the president of the Simcoe Muskoka Dental Society. Now, celebrating 60 years of membership is remarkable enough, but the fact that Peter is also celebrating 60 years of perfect attendance is amazing. That means that for every week of the past 60 years, Peter has attended a meeting of our club or made up at another club. That is more than 3,000 meetings. So think about that for a second. Every week for 60 years, 3,000 meetings. Peter began this incredible journey at a different time when there was only one Rotary club in Barrie. Now we have 4 local clubs, plus the opportunity to make up of E-clubs, Rotaract, and 2 satellite clubs. The rest of us now have no excuses to maintain high attendance levels. But back in Peter's early days, doing a makeup had to be done within 1 week and often meant a trip to Aurelia, Midland, or Collingwood. So some of you might have wondered when you're looking at our weekly beacon as to why our beacon lists Rotary Club locations and meeting times in places like Toronto, Bradford, Newmarket, Alliston, and many others. That all started many, many years ago as an aid to our members to assist them to do makeups. And nobody made better use of that list than Peter Dean. For Peter to maintain this commitment and level of attendance over such a long time is truly remarkable. It speaks to Peter's personal commitment and our organization's ability to attract quality members. It really is an incredible achievement. It sets the bar very, very high. The next new member to be inducted into our club might feel a little bit of pressure. Our current district governor, Steve Medley, wanted to be here personally today to recognize past Governor Peter, but he is busy doing his district tour. He has asked me to read this letter to Peter on behalf of all District 7010 Rotarians. The letter is addressed to Peter. It says, "Congratulations, past Governor Peter, on your 60 years of service to Rotary. Over this period, your dedication and commitment to service have been a great contribution to Rotary's success. This is an amazing accomplishment, especially when over this period, you have also maintained a perfect attendance record. This is something that most of us Rotarians find inconceivable. Well done. On behalf of our District 7010, I want to express my personal appreciation for your achievement of this milestone. Loyal and dedicated Rotarians like you are the foundation of a successful service organization. You truly embody Rotary's philosophy of service above self. Thank you for your contribution, and signed, Governor Steve Medley." And so, Peter, on a personal note, congratulations on a tremendous achievement.
Thank you for that, past District Governor Jim. Appreciate it. And now if I could ask current Assistant District Governor Barb Bagley to come forward with another presentation.
Thank you so much, President Jody. It's a great honor for me to do this in Shaker Mehta's name. Dear Peter, congratulations on your 60 years of Rotary service. Your continued passion for Rotary inspires all of us, and I hope you will continue to inspire your fellow Rotarians to think big. There is so much more that we can achieve together. Service is the rent we pay for our space on Earth, and Rotary gives us the opportunity to express the importance of service above self in projects big and small, that we have the potential to transform people, communities, and even nations, while at the same time making time for our lives more meaningful. It is because of active and engaged members like you that Rotary can serve to change lives. Thank you for your dedication to community service and being part of the Rotary family. Kindest regards, Shaker Mehta, Rotary International President 2122. Thank you.
There's more, Peter. I asked past President Deb to reach out to some of our past presidents just for some comments on Peter, because obviously so many presidents have had their year with Peter. And I'm just going to start off, and I'm not going to share too much of it, but I know for me, Peter, the phone call we shared the night before I was inducted was a very special moment and very special phone call for me. And I want to thank you for that. It's one of the memories that I'll bring forward out of my year to get that phone call from you. So I thank you for that. And there's some good quote from our past presidents here. And I love this one. I love them all, but this one, wow, Peter, congratulations on your 60th anniversary with the Rotary Club of Barrie. What an amazing accomplishment. You have always impressed me with how engaged you have continued to be over your 60 years. A true role model to us all in Rotary. I would also like to thank you for your support during my year as president. Of all the uses for the Rotary Club of Barrie Collector's Edition 8-in-1 screwdriver, I never thought it could be used as a dental instrument. All the best and looking forward to many more years in Rotary together. Past President Dave McCullough. Peter, congratulations on your 60th anniversary of being a Rotarian. When I first joined the club, not only did you make the point to congratulate me, you took the time for the conversation and you were genuinely interested in who I was and wanted to know more about my family, my business, etc. You really made me feel welcome. I always look forward to listening to you tell the history of the club. It is an important part of who we are. I also admire your willingness to say yes. You have set a very high standard for what a Rotarian should be, and you make me proud to be a member of our club. But more importantly, I am proud to be your friend. Your friend in Rotary, past President Craig Graham. Peter, a big congratulations. You are an incredible person who I am honored to call a friend. Your support and guidance throughout my year made a huge difference to me. Thank you. Our project for capturing history is one that I am looking forward to building with you, past President Debbie. There's several others here, Peter, that I'm going to not read all of them. I'll share some of these or save some of these for you. Peter, what strikes me most about your dedication, about you is your dedication to Rotary and its ideals. You are a true gentleman and friend. As well, you are the keeper of all things that matter to our club. We need to clone his memory banks. That's past President Jerry. 60 years in Rotary looks good on you, Peter. Bernie Still, past President Bernie Still. And there's a good one here. There's a few good ones. Peter Dean, a bedrock Rotarian. Solid, solid, solid. Thank you, Peter. Rob Hamilton. That would probably be the shortest quote ever from Rob. Here's a good one here, and this will be the last one I'm going to share. I have come to know Peter for among many of other great roles he fulfills as our club historian. I love when he comes up to me at a meeting with a clipping from a newspaper or from an old beacon highlighting one of the great things that happened during my year as president. But there is a flip side. My most outstanding Rotary failure was my idea of a Rotary coupon book. I managed to cajole several of our club members who had retail businesses to offer discount coupons. I got them printed and bound into a coupon book. We printed about 500 books, and I think we were to make about $5 profit on each book. Sounds like a pretty fantastic project. I think we sold 10. And I believe that Peter somehow got a hold of most of the unsold books. About once every couple of years, Peter drops one at my table to remind me of my failability. Thankfully, the last 2 years on Zoom have saved me the embarrassment. Peter, thank you for the support you have given me throughout my years in Rotary. Your depth of knowledge, genuine interest, and sense of humor have been truly appreciated. Congratulations and thank you, Arlette. I hope it's okay that I shared that one, Arlette. So there's a few more to read in here, Peter. That's a special memory for you. And I'm not sure if I'm putting Jacqueline on the spot. Did you want to come up and say some words about your grandpa, Jacqueline? Please do. Is your father on Zoom with us today?
I don't think so. I don't think he was able to make it, unfortunately, but he will be watching later on. Thank you, President Jody, fellow Rotarians and guests. Many of you know Peter Dean as past President Peter or past District Governor Peter, or if you've been paying attention, the guy that sometimes falls asleep at our lunch meetings. To me, he's always been Grandpa. I will try to make this speech not as long as his own would be. He obviously has accomplished many things. We've spoken about a lot of them. I just want to touch on a few of them today because I think it's really important. He's been involved not only in the Barrie community, but the surrounding community. He has taught at the University of Toronto, where he went to school, where my sister and I followed him. He was a board member of the Royal College of Dental Surgeons. He was president of the Muskoka Simcoe Dental Society. He and my grandma Linda have been very actively involved in the Collier Street United Church and that community. His Rotary experience over the last 60 years has also been extensive. I won't even touch on the committees that he's participated in. I particularly enjoyed that he always participated in the environmental committee. Thought that was a little bit ahead of his years. He always loved the spring tonic. I remember he would take me to that as a child quite a bit, and we would volunteer together, which was really important to me. He's been involved in Folio Plus, the Rotary Chicken Dinner, youth exchanges. He's received numerous Paul Harris Awards. But perhaps his most notable accomplishment is inducting me into the club a couple of years ago. My grandpa's been really involved not only in Rotary in Barrie and District 7010, but Rotary throughout the world. So we've spoken about his perfect attendance, but we haven't spoken about the fact that he's traveled throughout the last 60 years and still maintained that attendance. My parents still talk about the time that he bicycled on a pedal bike through Ireland, and he made a route and made sure to stop in towns that had Rotary clubs so that he could visit their meetings and attend at their meetings. My grandma let me know that he did the same thing in England, Bermuda, Florida, North Carolina, I believe. He does it in Halliburton, where he has his cottage now, and he did it in Summerside, PEI, where they had a cottage for years and where they met a community out there for their summers. And he met friends to take my grandma sailing so he could have an afternoon alone. He had perfect attendance before the internet came into play, before the internet existed, before e-makeups existed, before we had 2 weeks to make up for things. It's always been about more than a statistic for my grandfather. It's been about the joy of fellowship. I think we all know that an important part of that is looking for new ears to tell his stories. And those ears are always so grateful to hear them. I don't think it's a surprise that the other clubs call us the Old Boys Club. And because of my grandpa, that was really important to me. It's something that really drew me to this club. He's always taught me the importance of carrying forward the history of the club, the history of the community, and keeping those traditions. And I'm so grateful that he's done that for our community and our club. He really cares about these communities, and I think that it's been an honor for him to serve the Rotary Club of Barrie, District 7010, and Rotary International. He instilled these values in his family from a young age to his children and his grandchildren. I know that each of his children, who are all with us today, attended Rotary events from a young age. They always participated. We've all volunteered. I think even the family dog Perky, who I hear stories about to this day, came from a Rotary auction. So I always knew that I would be a Rotarian, and I'm so glad it's at the same time as you. Grandpa, we're so proud of you. We're so proud of everything that you've done. You are the deepest fountain of knowledge that I know. And we're so lucky to have you to root us in the past and to guide us forward. Congratulations on 60 years of making this community better than you found it.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
That's a tough one to follow, Jacqueline. That was beautiful. Thank you. And for the first time, thanks for making me cry. You got me there. That's perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, in person or on Zoom, please unmute your mics, stand up, and join with me in congratulating past district governor, past president, Peter Dean. That's okay. That actually worked. I'm going to mute. On 60 years of work.
Congratulations, Peter.
Well done, Peter. Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
Congratulations, Peter. Well done.
Congratulations, Ed.
Well done.
Congratulations, Peter.
Congratulations, Peter. All the best. Peter.
Congratulations. Amazing.
Whoa. Your fingers in the way. That's why. There we go.
I'll get y'all to mute again, please.
Yeah.
Peter, the floor is yours.
Wow. Pretty special.
President Jody. I'm overwhelmed. I really don't know quite what to say. I could go on and on. I won't. Rotary obviously been a part of my life and my family's life for a long time. My first exposure to Rotary was in high school when I received a scholarship from the Nimico New Toronto Rotary Club when I graduated from New Toronto Secondary School. And my late sister, Barbara, participated in the Adventure in Citizenship in Ottawa in 1958. And it's been quite a trip, very enjoyable. I've got far more out of Rotary than I put into it. Friends over the years. I do miss Ernie. Ernie and I joined the same day. We had the same sponsor, Bob Angeloff. We joined at the Barrie Golf and Country Club at that time in Barrie, a 9-hole course in the clubhouse. Didn't realize at the time what an opportunity Rotary was when I joined. And it's far exceeded my expectations. It's been quite amazing. I have a picture here. I don't know whether it will show. This is the, now I'll get a better picture sometime, but this is my picture first year I joined. I was 24 years old, full of and vinegar and the spirit of Rotary. And the sad but wonderful part of it is the 35 Rotarians in the picture, I'm the last man standing. In the picture, we have past presidents, Charlie Wilson, past district governor, past president Dooley Greer, and the history is amazing. And I hope I can impart some of the history to the Rotarians. But basically, this has been a wonderful day. I appreciate everybody's comments. Don't know whether they're well-deserved, but I appreciate Jacqueline. I never thought early on that I would have a granddaughter or in Rotary, and that's been an amazing opportunity to bond. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Peter. What a special day and what a privilege for me to be the host for this. So to close today's meeting, a simple quote from one of rock and roll's gentlemen, and to understate the absolute backbone and soul of the Rolling Stones. Stones drummer Charlie Watts passed away this week, and I wish to share 2 quotes from him. Perhaps give a listen to the song Midnight Rambler or Gimme Shelter to really hear and appreciate the brilliance of Charlie on the drums. This is a quote from Charlie Watts. When people talk about the 60s, I never think that was me there. It was me, and I was in it, but I was never enamored with all that. It's supposed to be sex and drugs and rock and roll, and I'm not really like that. I've never really seen the Rolling Stones as anything. And here, this is a fantastic one. One of the hardest blows drummer Charlie Watts ever dealt was a punch right in the face of Mick Jagger. In a drunken night in 1984, the exuberant singer of the Rolling Stones had woken Watts and summoned him to his Amsterdam hotel room by yelling into the phone, "Where is my drummer?" Watts seemed to obey the order dutifully. He showed up, and showed up how? Freshly showered, clean shaven, and impeccably dressed. However, once inside, he slammed Jagger full in the face, meanwhile shouting, "Don't ever call me your drummer again. You're my blanking singer." So ladies and gentlemen, I am going to close the meeting in a minute. I'm just going to put a reminder. The email that went out on the next part of our event here. Peter, this is where I need you to log off, please. Goodbye, Peter. Thank you for a fantastic day.
Thank you. It's wonderful.
I'm waiting. There we go. So we've organized a little drive-by. So for Zoom and for in-person, the plan is we'll leave here. We will quickly assemble at Codgerton Street School. That was going to be the original plan, but I think it may be quicker to just get to the west side of St. Mary's Church, the street in front, which is Amelia. Peter and Linda will be out on the boulevard, and an opportunity to just drive by, honk your horn, say hello, say thank you, whatever. John has, I believe, some cake for us here. Jacqueline has a cake to take up to her grandfather. So when I ring the bell here, we'll take a few minutes, clean up, head up there. If you're interested, if you're on Zoom, and just have a chance to say Peter in person. So with nothing further, for the good of Rotary, thank you all for a fantastic meeting. I declare this meeting adjourned.
Thanks for doing this, guys. Very much appreciated.
This was amazing. Thank you very much for the invite.
Glad you guys could all join us.